Hi, I'm Bob. Welcome to the series Economics in Real Life. We will have a look at the pigs game today. The pigs game is a story like this. There are two pigs, a big and a small, in a room. There is a food dispenser at the end of the room. The panel that controls the food dispenser is on the wall at the other end. When a pig presses the panel, the food is dispensed. It takes time for the pig who presses the panel to reach the food dispenser. So, the pig who waits beside the food dispenser will eat the food first. In other words, if the big pig pushes the panel, the small pig can eat the food first. If the small pig presses the panel, the big pig can eat the food first. It costs 2 utility units to press the panel, and the food dispensed is 10 utility units. The big pig eats faster than the small pig. If the big pig eats first, it eats 9 units of food, and the small pig eats 1 unit of food. If the small pig eats first, it eats 4 units of food, and the big pig eats 6. If the two pigs start to eat at the same time, the big pig eats 7 units of food, and the small pig eats 3 units. The action the pigs can choose is to press the panel or to wait beside the food dispenser. We can find the payoffs for all possible outcomes and write them in a table. We put the big pig's payoff on the left side and the small pig's payoff on the right side in each cell. Nothing happens if both pigs choose to wait, and each pig gets 0. If the big pig decides to press the panel and the small pig chooses to wait, the small one has 4 units of utility. The big pig eats 6 units of utility, but it costs her 2 units of utility to press the panel, so the big pig's payoff is 6 minus 2 equals 4 units of utility. The third possibility is that the small pig presses the panel and the big pig waits beside the food dispenser. The big pig eats first, and she has 9 units of utility. The small pig only eats 1 unit of utility, but spends 2 units to press the panel. So her net payoff is 1 minus 2 equals minus 1 units of utility. Finally, if both pigs press the panel, they reach the food dispenser simultaneously. The big pig eats 7 units. Her payoff is 7 minus 2 equals 5 units of utility. The small pig eats 3 units, and her payoff is 3 minus 2 equals 1 unit of utility. Now we have the payoffs or outcomes of all possibilities. We can think of what the pigs will actually choose. We assume that the pigs are rational. That is to say, the pigs always choose the action to maximize their utilities. We also assume that both pigs have complete information about the game. In other words, both pigs know each other's strategies and all possible payoffs. Under these assumptions, we can figure out the pigs' decisions. Let's first determine what the small pig will choose. Suppose the big pig presses the panel. The small pig will wait because it gives her 4 instead of 1 if she chooses to press. Suppose the big pig waits. In this case, the small pig's best choice is still to wait because it gives her 0 instead of -1 if she presses the panel. Therefore, the small pig will always choose to wait beside the food dispenser because it is her best strategy or her dominant strategy. Next, we determine what the big pig will choose. The big pig knows for sure that the small pig will 100% choose to wait regardless of her choice. Given that the small pig waits, it is a better choice for the big pig to press the panel because it gives her 4 units of utility instead of 0 if she also waits. So, the game's result is that the big pig chooses to press the panel and the small pig chooses to wait beside the food dispenser. This result is called a Nash equilibrium. A Nash equilibrium is a situation in which no player of the game has incentive to change her choice. In the Nash equilibrium, both pigs have 4 units of utility in this pig's game. The small pig does not pay for what she gains. In economics, it is called free riding, benefiting from the actions of others without paying. The small pig is a free rider. She does not do anything but benefit from the big pig's action. In real life, there are big pigs and small pigs. In a village, the big and wealthy family chooses to install streetlights along the road. They use the road much more than others. It is more convenient and secure for them to drive at night. The other small families who live beside the road benefit from it. It becomes safer for them to walk at night. Another example is the stock market. There are big and small investors in the stock market. Big investors are like big pigs, while small investors are like small pigs. Big investors must make an effort to collect stock information and analyze it themselves. On the other hand, the best choice for the small investors is to follow the big investors. Finally, let me emphasize that the optimal choices of the 2 players in the pig's game are Pareto efficient. Pareto efficiency occurs when no player can be better off without harming others. For example, if both pigs choose to press the panel, the big pig's payoff increases from 4 to 5, but the small pig's payoff decreases from 4 to 1. You can analyze other possibilities and find that no pig can be better off without harming another pig. So, the Nash equilibrium in the pig's game is Pareto efficient, which is different from that in the prisoner's dilemma we have learned before. The Nash equilibrium in the prisoner's dilemma is not Pareto efficient. Please review that episode by clicking on the link at the upper corner. We know from that video that the Nash equilibrium in the prisoner's dilemma is for both prisoners to confess. However, if neither prisoner confesses, the payoffs of both prisoners will increase. So the Nash equilibrium in the prisoner's dilemma is not Pareto efficient. Today, we discuss the pigs game. It explains the phenomena of free riding in real life. The small pig is the free rider. She benefits from others' actions without paying. The big pig is willing to pay for all because it is her optimal choice. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you on the next topic. Take care. Thank you for watching this video and subscribing to my YouTube channel. See you next time.